Okay. Now we're making this vlog about the entities of certain to one another, relating to videos, edits, animals, humans, people, breeds, the human race, anything. Okay. Now, it's one thing in the video is that if you're a Scorpio, it is what it is. If you're not, it goes from there. It goes Sagittarius, whatever. Whatever. But people, okay, now people are like, now, we don't look like creepy bugs, and we don't look like our real DNA. Not all of us look. There are a lot of people that you don't want to fuck with. I mean, there's a lot of, people that look scary and vicious, but let's talk about the whole part of it. Now, if, if you're gay, or if, you're a person that is kind of heartbreaking, whatever. The heartbreaking part is what makes you your creepy insect. It's not that you look like it, it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? So, it's basically, it has to do with what it does, like the destruction. It doesn't always have to do with the look. It's more like what it is, what it does, and the destruction, and its power, and its abilities, and what it obtains, and how it stings you, how it bites. People bite. There's a lot of people that bite. I mean, there's shady people. I mean, you might hook up with a friend, that you man, go for it. You like whatever. But you might hook up with a friend, and you think that, they're not scary. They look so good, but the things they do, I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's awesome. But what it represents, what it does instead of what it looks like. Truth is hard to swallow. Truth's hard to swallow. Truth is hard to swallow. True that. Fact. It's a fact. Okay? So microscopic, looking in the bugs and how they act and what they do and their capabilities, doesn't look, someone's looks doesn't define them. That's the whole point, is that it's how they are. It's not what they look like, it's what they really are. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of the attractiveness and the heartbreaking factors of what they do. You know what I'm saying? Because truth is hard to swallow. It's a tragic and traumatizing thing. It's that it's more like that, like when you get heartbroken, you swallow. You're kind of depressed, or you're just kind of heartbroken. Whether you're sad, happy sad, or mad sad, it all comes together as pieces of the cake. What these analogies represent. Like I said, because truth is hard to swallow due to the species and the danger and what they look like and what they do, but it's also to accept. But you don't have to accept, but that's the analogy, is what it means, really, to accept. You're accepting that it happened and it's bad and it's not good, whether you got heartbroken or someone is doing something that looks like they've done something bad or done something bad. It's all that, And what I believe is, I'm not going to say it because, I'm a smart guy. But you should know what I mean. So yeah, it's it's the species, it's the development, the actions, the capabilities, what it is and what it looks like and what it really is and what it's not really is. What it's not really. But other than, despite the fact, and as it pertains to what it looks like, And it's the situation, too. It includes species. So you don't just got one guy that could, like kill you or do something bad. Like there's people that jump people. There's people that gang up, and the truth is hard to swallow even more because of the fact that it's formulating a bigger animal, other than the fact that they are dangerous, no matter what they look like or what they do. But the more, the merrier. You know what I'm saying? That's a part of it, because it's a hard thing to accept that on the same thing that, yeah, people look like they do something, but they're pussies. You know what I'm saying? They all gang up because they're pussies. But that's along with the fact of what how it relates and as it pertains to as well. So, and it's even, it goes from there, the spectrum goes from there as far as how much it hurts or how scary the experience is. But there's more to it, because when we die, okay, don't do anything that could get you in a danger, life or death danger. But when we die, it is peaceful. It is a peaceful thing to die. Now, getting violently hurt or getting killed or anything that is an unpleasant form of dying, it kind of depends how the death process is. According to, how truth is hard to swallow. But there's more to that outside of species, as far as like you, like your life, like, I could get killed or I could die, but dying is peaceful. The spectrum goes from there. Okay. So now, what people are like, okay, people are, honestly, people are shady. So you got different breeds, like the person that's shady, they may not look like that they're scary looking, but they look scary looking in their own, like from your point of view, how you see them, as far as the iconic values and the iconicness of how they look. But they may not look scary, but they look dangerous still. Right? You know what I'm saying? That's what it comes along with, according to that. Now, I'll give you an example, okay? I'm going to take this basketball and these zip ties, okay? I got zip ties I used for my crab trap. Right here. Zip tie. Now look. This is an example for right now what I just talked about the scariness and the dangerous looking and the scary looking. Okay. Look at this. Yeah. It's a little iconic. It has some lines, It has some lines. It's a little bit tangy, This is what scary looks like. Now, is this scary? Okay, look. It's gone all over me. It's not scary. But it looks scary. But it's not the same thing as what is scary, whether it looks scary or not. Now, dangerous. This is not dangerous either. So there's more to it. You know why? Because it's all together. It's pieces of the cake. And it's complex too. It's not just black and white. We exist in the gray and beyond, in species and in reality. So there's the answer for that. Okay. Now this ball looks big. Doesn't look too scary. But just because it doesn't look too scary doesn't mean it's scary. The same way, like, you get killed and it can be a little scary and you die and it's peaceful. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the same exact, that's the whole analogy of what I'm talking about. So just get a clue, put the pieces together. Not to be rude. Okay, this ball right here, okay? You got a ball, basketball. Now it looks big. Doesn't look too scary. But the lines, the black lines, iconicness, it's a dark color. So a dark color represents something that is dangerous. And does hurt a little bit too. Now, light color, the more shinier it is, it all depends on whether it's fake whether it is fake, superficial, fake, whatever, or real. The real deal or the talk, or just the shininess versus what it really is and what it looks like, as far as how it relates to, like, yeah, looking scary and not being that scary, or not being scary at all. Now, this basketball, there's more to it, like I said. So the fact that I'm carrying this basketball, yeah, the lines look a little bit dangerous. Represents danger. It's iconic. It's a dark color. But look at these dots. There's so many dots. So many little dots. It's like, whoa. It's like represents lines, represents kill streaks. So if you see something that is very spiky and has a lot of things together, like a lot of spikes, it could kill you. It could represent a kill streak, or it could not. You know what I'm saying? So this ball right here, there's more to it. It's not just a little bit scary. It doesn't just look dangerous. It doesn't just look scary. It doesn't just be like just being scary, but there's more dots still along with the dangerous lines. There's more to it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that session of that. Now, let's talk about what relates and what explains it. There's serial killers, and they don't look like the scariest people, but they're not the scariest people. They're scary. They've done bad things. They're dangerous people. They don't look scary, but there's more to it. They look dangerous. They look shady, dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So that's what comes along with that. Now thinking of objects, okay? Objects. In this vlog, truth is hard to swallow. Objects, okay? You got masculine objects and you got feminine objects. It is proven, it's a fact in psychology and nature and the traumatic resources and the malacia that leads to the human brain as far as vision and, manic qualities. But yeah, it is proven that, it's just proven. It's proven that things that are masculine and feminine can be fantasized by humans on Earth. They can fantasize and imagine like a TV, like it looks masculine, it's big, or an object, it's feminine, it's a little girly, like a little cloth, feminine and masculine objects. Like depending on if you're a homosexual man, you fantasize more about the masculine and the feminine a little bit too, because we have beauty along with our attractions. We're like you can like think someone's beautiful, just you don't have to be attracted to them. You know what I'm saying? So that comes along to that. So now, like if you're a heterosexual man, if you're straight, then it's the feminine objects you more fantasize about. Now if you're if you're somewhere in between the spectrum, like someone that's bi, yeah, you can fantasize about both. So that's what has to do with the fantasizing about the objects. Now, fantasizing about an object doesn't just have to be iconic. It could just be a fantasy. It doesn't have to be iconic. You can still think it's, attractive, even though it's not iconic. But it's more the flaws that bring the liddy and, and the men, feminine, masculine. It's more just what it is. And there's more to it. Because it's not just like, it doesn't have to be iconic, it has to be just what it is. As far as being fantasizing about that object. Whether it's masculine or feminine. So, speaking of like shoes, a shoe you can even fantasize about a shoe. You can fantasize about clothes. You fantasize about, it's because in life you want the living thing because it's how it treats you and what it means to you and what you mean to them, what they mean to you and what you mean to them. Now, just an object, a thing that's not living is it's just what it is. Because it's a thing. Being what it is a thing. Just as much as a thing is just what it is. Like, if you have a basketball, it's nothing but a basketball. It's a thing. Get the analogy. So yeah, that's part of it. Mainly about creatures, it goes from there. I don't want to get into that weird shit. But it goes from there. So yeah, just listen to these things I tell you in the video, and they should mean a lot to you, these things. And these aspects and qualities and criteria and, just like the iconic, the factors, and all of that. Now, speaking about something that is deadly, okay? Now let's get to the deadly part, okay? So if you see a fish, and looks shiny, may not be deadly, may will. Like piranhas, they don't look that dangerous, but they're deadly. Being what it is. Now, talking about, say like a koi fish, if it has black and red and it's dark and bold, then it's dangerous. It's deadly. It's deadly. Now, if you have a snake, and it looks shiny, it looks a little bit, scary. May not be scary. May look a little scary and be scary. Now, it's the streaks, the iconicness. It's the streaks, and the boldness of it being killing or it being dangerous and deadly. You know what I'm saying? So that's what comes along with that science, the scientific part of it. And no one can prove me wrong because the analogies meet the criteria of 100%. 100%. Now, this topic today that I have experience with of truth is what it is, and more to that, it's hard to swallow. Truth is hard to swallow. So guys, I'll be talking about more things. I'm going to go have a smoke. Hope you enjoyed my video. Comment fucking below. Comment below. Thank you.